In this video we're going to learn about a special case of factorising called the difference of two squares. Firstly, have a go at calculating 3 plus 2 times 3 minus 2 as shown, and then 3 squared take away 2 squared. You should notice that this is going to be, remembering bid maths, 5 times 1, which is 5, and the second calculation is going to be 9, 3 squared, take away 2 squared, which is 4, which is 5. We should notice that both of these expressions are the same. Now let's have a go at expanding, using FOIL, the expression a plus b times a minus b. First I'm going to work out the first, so a plus b, so a times a, that is a squared. A times minus b is minus ab. B times a is plus ab. B times minus b is minus b squared. We should notice that minus ab plus ab cancels out, so we get a result of a squared minus b squared. This leads us to the result that a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. So if we have two squares, if we want to find the difference, we just put them in brackets, working out the square roots. So for the first example, if I have x squared minus 9, I can write that as two brackets times together, where I have the square root of x squared, which is x, square root of 9, which is 3, a minus in between, then the square root of x squared, which is x, plus 3. In the second example, we have 16 take away y squared. The square root of 16 is 4. Square root of y squared is y. So we are going to have 4 minus y times 4 plus y. C looks a bit trickier, but remember the square root of 4x squared is just going to be the square root of 4 times the square root of x squared, which is 2x. So we are going to have the square root of 4x squared, which is 2x. The square root of 25 is 5, so we have 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5. Here are some practice questions for you to try. Pause the video and have a go, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. We often use the difference of two squares to simplify expressions. In this example, we're asked to simplify, but it doesn't look like there are any factors that will cancel out. In fact, we can factorize the top of the fraction just using basic factorization. We can take out a factor of 5, and then we get x plus 2 in the brackets. On the bottom, we can actually factorize with the difference of two squares. The square root of x squared is x, square root of 4 is 2. So we have x minus 2 bracket x plus 2. Notice I have a factor of x plus 2 on the top and on the bottom, so they will cancel out, giving me 5 over x minus 2 as my simplified fraction. Here's a trickier question. To simplify this expression, on the top of the fraction I could first take out a factor of working out the highest common factor, I could take out a factor of 2, and that will give me 9x squared take away 16. On the bottom, I could take out a factor of 8, which will give me 3x take away 4. On the top of the fraction now, notice we have 9x squared take away 16. We can factorize using the difference of two squares. The square root of 9x squared is 3x. Square root of 16 is 4. So we have 3x minus 4 times 3x plus 4. And on the bottom we have 8 times 3x minus 4. So the factor 3x minus 4 will cancel. And 2 goes into itself once and into 8 4 times. So we have a final answer of 3x plus 4 over 4. We might need to combine our knowledge of factorizing quadratics. We want to simplify this expression, and to do so we need to factorize the expressions on the top and bottom of the fraction. On the top of the fraction we have a quadratic expression, so I'm going to write two brackets. I want a pair of numbers that will multiply to give minus 10 and add to give 3. If I think about the factors of 10, I have 1 times 10, 2 times 5. So to get minus 10, I could do minus 5 times plus 2. And that would also, well, that wouldn't quite work, because if I had minus 5 add 2, I get minus 3. So instead, I'm going to have plus 5 and minus 2, because 5 plus minus 2 gives us 3 as we want. On the bottom of the fraction, first take out a factor of 4, which will give me x squared minus 25. I can then factorize using the difference of two squares. I could then factorize using the difference of two squares, giving me x minus 5, x plus 5, and then notice that the x plus 5 factors will cancel out, giving me a final answer of x minus 2 over 4 bracket x minus 5. This is probably the hardest example you could have, where you're expected to factorize a more difficult quadratic and use the difference of two squares. So what I'm going to do is factorize the top of the fraction first. I know I have a 2x squared, so in the brackets I'm going to need a 2x and an x, because that's the only way to get 2x squared. I need a pair of numbers that will multiply to give me minus 15. So let's look at the factors of 15. So 1, 15, 3 and 5. So let's have a look at what I could have. If I put minus 5 and plus 3, so minus 5 and plus 3, that would give me 2x squared plus 6x, take away 5x, which would give me plus 1x. So I could instead try minus 3 and plus 5. If I expand this, I would get 2x squared minus 6x plus 5x minus 15. Minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1, which is what I want. On the bottom, the square root of 4x squared is 2x. The square root of 25 is 5. So I've got 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5. Now I notice that the 2x plus 5 factors will cancel, leaving me with a final answer of x minus 3 over 2x minus 5. Here are some questions for you to try. Pause the video now and have a go, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. Let's go through the answers. Here I could take out a factor of 4 on the top, giving me 4x minus 1. On the bottom, I can take out a factor of, I could take out a factor of 4, giving me 16x squared, take away 1. So I have, the 4's can cancel out straight away. 4x minus 1 over difference of two squares, 4x minus 1, 4x plus 1. The 4x minus 1 factors will then cancel. So I have a final answer of 1 over 4x plus 1. In B, I need to factorize the quadratic. I need a pair of numbers that will multiply to give minus 20 and add to give 8. If I consider the numbers that multiply to give 20, factors of 20, not 2 times 5, 10. I have 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. But they need to add to give 8. So the only thing I could consider would be minus 2 and plus 10. So x minus 2, x plus 10. And on the bottom, I could take out a factor of 3. So I have 3 bracket x squared minus 100. I could then use the difference of two squares on the denominator. So I have x minus 2x plus 10 over 3x minus 10 x plus 10. And the x plus 10 factors cancel, leaving me with a final answer of x minus 2 over 3 bracket x minus 10.